What's up, real estate agents? In this video, I'm going to give you an in-depth tour and show you every single thing that you need to know about Facebook ads for real estate. I'm going to show you how to identify your target audience. I'm going to show you every single component of creating an effective and high converting Facebook ad. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to show you exactly step by step how to create a high converting Facebook ad for a just listed property, as well as a lead generation ad to start generating leads effectively for your business. So as mentioned, I'm going to go through everything you need to know, so don't skip a step. By the end of this full-scale tutorial, you're going to be able to step away and start to implement these strategies into your own business. So let's get into it and learn how to use Facebook ads to absolutely dominate your real estate business. All right, everyone, so I'm super excited to share this full in-depth tutorial with you guys. This is going to be the only full-scale, in-depth demonstration of how to effectively use Facebook ads for real estate agents on YouTube right now. So make sure you listen closely and follow along with each and every step so you don't miss a beat, because I'm going to show you everything you need to know in order to create high converting and very effective Facebook ads for your real estate business. My goal by the end of this video is to give you enough value so that you can go out and start creating these highly effective and high converting Facebook ads for your own real estate business. So again, make sure you don't skip through, because I'm going to show you little details that can make an astronomical difference in your ads. If you miss those, again, it can make your ads flop. So again, my goal is lofty, but I know I can do it because I've helped so many people get extraordinary results with Facebook ads for their real estate business. If you do want to know more information, or if you want my free Facebook ad guide download, comment below and like this video. What that guide tells you is what you need to do from the day you create your very first Facebook ad all the way up to the point where you've created warm audiences, you're staying top of mind, and you're creating leads on a consistent basis for between $1 and $3. So again, comment below, like this video. I'll give you a custom link with that free guide to download today. And again, you can start getting the ball rolling with your own Facebook ads and starting to generate leads within the next 24 hours for your own business. So without further ado, let's get into this. Grab a pen and paper, maybe a coffee, and we're going to get started. So you can see here, we're on the campaign section, and this is what's going to come up whenever you start to create a Facebook ad. You can see here that it's got the name of past campaigns. It shows, all of my ads are inactive right now because this is for one of my old real estate pages, but it's a good example to use. But when you start to create ads, this is basically where you're going to see high level analytics, and you're going to see a summary of all of your Facebook ad campaigns. Now, what I'm going to show you is how to build a proper foundation and understanding. Nobody else on YouTube showing tutorials on Facebook ads is showing you how to understand your audience. And that's why so many people watch other YouTube videos and then they leave and they fall short with their Facebook ads because they don't have a solid understanding. Right? So what I want to do is I'm going to show you how to build a foundation so that you understand your Facebook ads, and you can understand if something's not working, but you can understand how to make them work from the very first ad you create. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with that foundation. We're going to come up here to the top left corner where you can see Ads Manager. Now you've got a couple different options here. You've got Ads Manager, Analytics, and Pixels. But when you come down to all tools, you can see all of this open up here. So there's a couple things that I want to understand and help you understand, which is the first thing. We're going to talk about audience insights, which is learning more about your potential target audience and the local people in your city. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about pixels, and then that's for retargeting. And finally, I'm going to show you about audiences. And then what I'm going to do at the end of this is I'm going to show you an example of how to create an ad. And then I'll also show you an example of a separate ad campaign specifically for lead generation, because what people don't understand is that lead ads are completely different than every other marketing objective for Facebook ads. And again, usually they end up struggling with those. So I'll show you a step-by-step example of exactly how to create those after I go through how to build your foundation. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to come over here to Audience Insights. Now, what is Audience Insights? Audience Insights is exactly that. It's giving you an inside scoop and an idea, more insights as to your potential target audience. So let's go ahead here and we're going to use, for example, Chicago. So let's just use Chicago as a city for an example. And you can see here, self-reported information from people on their Facebook profiles. Okay, information only available for people aged 18 or older. You can see that generally speaking, there's between 2.5 and 3 million people in Chicago, and there's about 53% are women, 47% are men. Now this is really cool, and again, nobody else is showing you this kind of stuff. Let's look over here. You can see page likes. So you can see for the general population in Chicago, you can look at their top categories in terms of page likes. So you can see the majority of people are interested in this specific neighborhood. They've got these radio stations, grocery stores, clubs, communities, local websites, retail companies, and the like. When you come down here, this is where things get really cool. You can see exact pages that people like, which again, we're going to tie this all in because when you're going to target people with your Facebook ads, you can select what pages people are interested in to get better converting ads. So you can see that people are interested in, Block Club Chicago, Relevance 1. So relevance, the pages that are most likely to be relevant to your audience. You've got the audience size and more. You've also got location up here. So this shows based on your city, it will show information on the city. Now, again, the data chart is currently unavailable. That's okay because we niched it down. Now, let's come down here and I'm going to start relating this to real estate for you right now. Let's choose the average age for people that's potentially buying or selling a property. So we're going to choose 25 all the way up to 60. And let's choose an interest like Zillow and Realtor.com. Because what Zillow and Realtor.com are, as you guys know, these are property search websites. And if people are searching for properties, they're going to be shown as interested in Realtor.com and Zillow based on Facebook's algorithm. So let's look at some audience insights as to people that are in Chicago that might be browsing real estate websites. So we'll come back here and we'll go to demographics. You can see that the percentage of women increased and the percentage of men decreased. Now, this is interesting too, because you can start to see that the age demographic between 25 and 34 is the majority of people that are searching on these websites, as well as 35 to 44, and it starts to fall off after 45. So what does that mean? That means when you start to create your Facebook ads in a certain campaign for lead generation or brand awareness or anything else that you're doing on Facebook, you might want to be spending the majority of your budget on people between the ages of 25 and 44 because you're evidently going to get in front of more people that are interested in the target subject of real estate and get the best ROI. Because if you start spending money on 45 to 64, you might be wasting your budget because it doesn't get the same affection as those from here. And now we can go to things like page likes, and you can see again, based on page likes, you've got certain pages that people are interested in. You can check out those for your own interest, or we can go to location. So you can see here, top cities in Chicago. You can see that these areas are most interested in real estate. We can come over here, you can look at countries. And again, this is if you're doing broader scale stuff. So you can look at countries, you can look at top languages. So you've got, English, you've got Spanish, you've got some, UK, things like that. But what I wanted you to understand is I wanted you to understand how to look at your audience insights to identify the target demographics in your city that are going to be most likely to be interested in real estate, as well as understanding their page likes for targeting options, okay? So that's basically audience insights. You can start to play around with that. You can start to get an idea of what people are interested in your city so you can start to target certain things. Let's say you highlight a local coffee shop in a video. Well, what you can do is you can start to show coffee as an interest and you can see what people are interested in and start to get better results when you promote that video. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to come back up here and we're going to go over here and we're going to look at pixels. So what is a pixel? A pixel is a code that you attach to your website, and this is what's going to allow you to retarget people. So you can see, for example, let's say you go on Nike.com and you look at a pair of shoes, and going forward for the next month or two, all you see is Nike shoes everywhere. What they're doing is they're retargeting you with pixels so that you can stay top of mind with their product. The exact same thing is what you want to do in real estate. What you want to do is after somebody sees your ad once, you want them to constantly see more information about you, because one of the things that real estate agents do wrong all the time is that they're always running their ads to a cold audience. And when they're always running their ads to a cold audience, you just see them once and then they're going to forget about you. It's like, for example, driving past a bus bench once. You might remember that real estate agent's name for 20 minutes, and then you're never going to remember them again. But if you constantly drive the same route home and you drive past that bus bench, you're more likely to remember that real estate agent's face and name. Similar with Facebook ads, if you just see an ad once and never see that person again, they're likely not going to work with you. But if they see your ad once and then for the time going forward, they constantly see you coming up, they're much more likely to work with you down the road, because you're essentially nurturing them on social media using a marketing technique. So you can go ahead and, again, that's basically a Facebook pixel. When you go to set up your pixel, what I recommend is for you to just simply give it to whoever built your website, because they're going to install it for you. I could show you how to do it myself, but it's going to take too long, too much detail. But when you go to set up your pixel, make sure that's one of the first things you do before you run any Facebook ads. And again, just send your pixel code to whoever built your website and they will set it up for you. Now, the next thing that I want to show you, which is really important before we get into creating actual Facebook ads, which we will do after I show you this. Come back up here and go to All Tools, and then come over to Audiences under Assets here. So this is what I'm going to show you how to do in terms of creating retarget audiences and lookalike audiences. You can see here that I've got lookalike audiences, I've got retarget audiences. Now, what are those? Retarget audiences are essentially, if I'm running an ad and I'm driving people to my website, a retarget audience is going to show my next ads in front of people that went to my website. So again, that's a very effective way of staying top of mind to people that have converted and engaged with your other social media content. You can see here that I've retargeted people that are on, viewing my Instagram profile, who have viewed some of my real estate videos. Maybe it's a property tour, or maybe it's, a community highlight or a market update. Or people that have engaged with my Facebook page, which is anybody that's engaged with either my Facebook page or any ads that have come from my Facebook page. Now, what's this? A 1% lookalike audience. So what that is, a lookalike audience is exactly that. It's creating an audience that looks like another audience. So you can see here that I've got my Facebook page retarget. Now, if people have engaged with my real estate Facebook page, evidently they're interested in real estate and they're engaging with real estate related content. So those are certain people that have certain online patterns that are looking at real estate related content. Now, what a lookalike audience is using Facebook's algorithm to your advantage, and Facebook's algorithm will go out and create an audience that looks like that first audience, but is brand new. So if I've got here, you can see I've got 240,000 people that are in this lookalike audience. My first audience for people that retargeted my Facebook page was only 6,900 people locally here in Calgary. But what the lookalike audience did is it took these 6,900 people that were engaging with my Facebook page over the last year, and it went out and found 240,000 more people in my city that would be interested in my Facebook page and real estate related content. So that's super powerful by leveraging the different types of audiences and custom audiences within Facebook. Again, if you want to know how to do that directly, I'll show you that. Just comment below, like this video as well, and I'll show you how to do that just by sending you a custom link. Now, one of the other cool things you can do with creating lookalike audiences is you can actually upload your database of past, existing, and current clients. So what does that do? If you've got past, existing, and current clients, they have bought or sold or rented homes with you. So again, those certain groups of people have certain online patterns because they might be looking for homes for sale. They might be browsing Realtor.com, Zillow.com, Trulia. They might be looking for how to find a realtor, how to sell a house, how to buy a house. So by uploading your database of your past, existing, and current clients into Facebook, you can create a lookalike audience of those people, which is super effective because if they've closed a deal with you, you can create a lookalike audience of more people that are likely to close deals with you in the future based on real estate and their online search patterns. So that's super powerful. And again, not too many people are explaining that for you. So without further ado, let's show you each and every component of creating Facebook ads right now. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go back to Facebook Ads Manager. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through step by step every single component you need to know and you need to understand about creating effective Facebook ads. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to click Create here. Now this takes a couple seconds here to load, and once it does, we're going to get this well underway. Okay, so when you lay it on this page, you can see here, Facebook splits it out into 3 distinct and very separate categories. You've got your campaign, where you identify your marketing objective. You've got your ad set, which you identify your audience, placement, budget, and schedule. And then you've got your overall ad, which has the formats, the media, and the additional creative. So 3 very distinct components to creating Facebook ads. And I want you to understand that because people usually in real estate consider an ad just one fluid process, but it's not. There's 3 very distinct aspects. And again, I break this down for you in my free Facebook download guide, because you need to understand these separately in order to create very highly converting ads. So the first component is your campaign, and you've got the option to choose your marketing objective. It's split into 3 different sections here. You've got awareness, consideration, and conversion. Under awareness, you've got brand awareness and reach. Brand awareness: increase awareness for your brand by reaching people who are more likely to be interested in it. For reach, you've got show your ad to the maximum number of people. Traffic: send more people to a destination on or off Facebook, such as a website, app, or messenger conversation. So traffic is one of the most frequently used ones for real estate agents, because if you're running a Facebook ad and you want to send people to a link for that property, let's say it's a just listed ad and you want to send people from your ad to the website that shows that property, traffic is what you're going to use, because you're sending people from your ad, you're sending traffic to a destination that's off Facebook, which is the website that has that property on it. The next part, you have engagement. So get more post engagements, page likes, and event responses or offer claims. Now, again, this is really good if you effectively want to get more likes on your Facebook page and get some general brand awareness locally. You've got app installs, obviously people to download your app. Now, video views is a very powerful one. Video, get more people to view your video content. As we all know, the Facebook and every algorithm on social media credits video and basically promotes video more than every other type of content. So a video ranks higher than a static photo. So when you're running video content, I highly recommend you use the video views, because what it's going to do is it's going to, based on Facebook's algorithm, it's going to show your video to more people who are likely to watch and engage with videos in comparison to just static photos. So most of you need to be leveraging video for your ads. If you haven't checked out my video on the top 6 videos that every realtor needs to be creating, I will link that in the description and the pinned comment below, because I map out exactly what type of videos you should be creating in order to start converting people on Facebook using Facebook ads with those videos. So using video is the fundamental aspect of warming up your audience. Now we come down, we've got lead generation. Drive more sales leads, such as email addresses from people interested in your brand or business. Again, this is very obvious. This is what we're going to use when we want to be generating leads. So we want to generate buyers leads, sellers leads, investor leads, rental leads, anything else like that. Lead conversion is what we're going to use, because that's going to allow you to natively capture their first name, last name, and email, so that we can follow up, add them to our database, start to nurture them, and hopefully convert them into a new client. Now, finally, under consideration, we've got messages. So get more people to send messages to your business in Messenger or WhatsApp. Now, over here for conversion, this isn't something that you're going to be using as a real estate agent. I'm not even going to go into these because I don't want to overwhelm you. These are something that you should be using when you've got a product or a product sales or anything that you're selling that has a dollar value to it. So don't worry about conversions. It doesn't relate to real estate agents. And again, I want you to focus on what does matter and what is going to make a difference in your video. So I'm going to show you 2 ads now, step by step. I'm going to show you one ad if you were trying to just send people to a video or send people to a property website using traffic. And then the next one, I'm going to show you exactly how to create a lead generation ad. So let's go through the traffic one first. When you click on your marketing objective, you come down here and you can name it. Okay. So we're just going to say, traffic example. But if this is for a property, for example, maybe it's just listed or just sold or an open house, name the property so that you can, under your campaigns, you can start to track it properly. Now, you can split test it. You can A/B split test your creative placement, audience, and delivery optimization. That can start to become a bit more complicated. And again, I want to give you a foundation that you can get started today by creating a highly effective Facebook ad. So I don't want to go down the route of going into that. I'll do that in a separate, more advanced tutorial. But for now, we're going to keep it simple. Click continue. Now, the first thing that you need to understand is your ad set name. So what is your ad set? Your ad set is your audience, your placements, and your budget. So you can name this. So let's say we're going to, again, target people in Chicago between the ages of 25 and 45 who are interested in Zillow. I would name my ad set something like that. And then what I'm going to do, and again, I explained this in the free download for you guys, is that it's important to create multiple ad sets, because what happens is you want to identify your perfect target audience. And if you don't, you're going to be wasting a lot of your budget on people that aren't engaging with your content. And that's why so many people have, $7 to $10 cost per leads, or they've got, they're not getting good results on their Facebook ads because they haven't taken the time to properly understand your target audience. So if I understood somebody's target audience, I could take that exact same lead campaign that's going for between $7 and $10 a lead and make it $1 to $3 a lead just by canceling out the people that aren't engaging with the content and only focusing on the audience that is engaging and resonating with your content. So it's good to test ad sets. Again, if you download my free guide, it's going to show you exactly how to do that. Now, traffic. Where are we going to be sending traffic? We're going to be sending traffic to, a property website. You can send it to Messenger or WhatsApp as well. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to come down here and create a new audience. If you have created custom audiences like those retargeting ones, simply just click here. And again, all of them pop up and you can just select them if you like. So that's what you're going to do when you're retargeting people. So we're going to come down here and we're just going to use Chicago as an example. So we'll type in Chicago. Now, one thing that you need to understand, so you can see here that the radius is currently set to 25 miles. So you can bring it down to 10 miles if you like, just by toggling this switch here. Now, let's say you want to get really niche and you specialize in a very specific area in Chicago. Let's zoom in here. And let's say we want to target Oak Park here, for example. I have no idea what that is, but we're going to use it anyway. You can't go smaller than 10 miles, but you can if you drop a pin. So let's say we want to come here and we want to go back to Oak Park, which is right here. If you want to get more targeted and more niche, simply click drop a pin, place it there, and now you can go all the way from 10 miles all the way down to a 1 mile radius. So this is going to how you're going to target your more specific audiences. If you want to start to farm areas, retarget specific areas, and become the top of mind agent for any specific region, make sure you niche this down, choose, maybe something like 3 mile radius, and that will start to help you become top of mind because you're focusing all of your efforts into a specific area, which again went from 3 million people all the way down to 470,000 people as your potential reach, okay? Now let's look at how this changes. So as you're starting to adjust and become more target with your placements in your audience, you're going to see your audience size adjust. So you can see here that based on this 3 mile radius with our pin dropped here, the potential reach is 470,000 people and the estimated daily results are between 2,000 and almost 6,000 people, with link clicks between 18 and 53. So that means that on average, the estimate is that 18 to 53 people will see your ad and click to go to see whatever website you're driving traffic to. Now let's look if we bring this up to 6, for example, or 5 mile radius. Now that increases to 1 million people right? And it increases not the reach, but it increases the link clicks, okay? So you can start to see how that's going to change. So we'll leave it like this, and then we'll come down here. Now, it's time to adjust the age. So I like to adjust the age a little bit. Again, going back to your audience insights, we just showed you that the majority of people in Chicago that are interested in real estate are between the ages of 25 and 44. So let's choose that. Let's go ahead and select 25 to maybe 45, for example. Now our audience has gone down from 1 million people to 570,000 people. And our link clicks have actually increased from 22 to 33, or 63, sorry. Now, genders, I like to leave this. So don't worry about genders. It's going to show you in your analytics what to do, but just leave this when you start creating ads for the first time. And then now we've got our detailed targeting. Detailed targeting is demographic interests and behaviors. So what you might want to do is come down here and type in something like Zillow, not employers, sorry. We're going to type in Zillow with interests. There we go. So we've got Chicago between the ages of 25 and 45, and we've got Zillow as our interest, okay? So now you can see the potential reach is 130,000 people. We've got an estimated daily reach of, almost 2,000 to 5,000 with link clicks between 16 to 45. And those are people that are going to have an interest in Zillow, which is real estate related. Super powerful. And that's how you create the majority of your targeting for your audience. Now that you've created your audience, it's time to go down to placements. Now, again, you can see here that it's automatically set up for automatic placements. So use automatic placements to maximize your budget and help show your ads to more people. Facebook's delivery system will allocate your budget across multiple placements based on where they're likely to perform best. Now, Facebook's saying this is recommended simply because Facebook wants to make the most money off you. They're a business. With marketing, they want to make the most money humanly possible. So what this is going to do is it's actually just going to spread your budget too thin. What you want to do is you want to edit placements so that your ads are getting shown on the most effective channels possible. So what we're going to do is we're going to click edit placements, and you can see here the huge list of different placements that your ads can show up on. Now, typically for real estate related ads, the best places for it to show up are the Facebook newsfeed, the Instagram newsfeed, and Facebook Marketplace. Everything else is quite honestly a waste of your budget because it doesn't convert whatsoever. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of everything else. We're going to get rid of all of this, uncheck it all. And there we go. So we can see now we've got 130,000 reach. We've got between 1.7 and 5,000 people that are potentially going to see it on a daily basis with 17 to 49 link clicks. Now, the cool part about this is when you start to scroll through these, you can actually see on the right-hand side over here an example of what those ads would look like. So you can start to see what it would look like when they're placed in different areas. Just to give you an example of exactly what it would look like from a consumer's or a customer's perspective. Okay, so now we've chosen the highest converting placements for Facebook ads. Now, if you want to get rid of Instagram, that's completely okay. I highly recommend you do that as well. Sometimes I'll leave it, but let's look at this. It just rapidly and exponentially increased the potential link clicks because people, again, on Instagram don't convert as high for real estate. People on Instagram convert higher for things like product sales and all of that, but not for real estate. So what we're going to do is we're actually just going to leave Facebook newsfeed, Facebook Marketplace, done. Now we've got our budget and schedule. So when you're getting started with Facebook ads, you can usually start with a budget of $5 a day or $10 a day. Okay? But what I strongly recommended for you to do, and again, this is unique to your budget, so I'm not going to tell you how much to spend. This is your own decision. Set a start and end date, because here's what I've seen so many people do time and time again, and they forget about it, is that they leave it on run my ad continuously starting today. And what happens is they forget about it, and their same ad, if it's working poorly, is going to be running for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months until they catch it. So make sure you set a start date and an end date. So what we can do is we can say we're going to start today and we're going to run it for maybe 2 weeks. So you can see that based on $10 a day, 14 days, which is 2 weeks, we'll spend about $140. and here is our estimated results. So that is the ad set component of creating a Facebook ad. It's all of the different details of targeting a specific audience and allocating your budget to certain and specific placements that convert. So now we're going to go on to the final component, which is your actual ad. Okay, so now we've got our ad name. So we're going to say, just listed Chicago. We're going to come down here and we're going to choose our Facebook page. And then again, if you were to leave Instagram as a placement, you were going to be able to choose Instagram and select your Instagram page here if it's connected to your Facebook page, which it should be. Otherwise, we're going to come down here. Now you've got 3 different options as well as this here. So you can either create a brand new ad from scratch, or let's say you posted a Facebook video. Maybe it's a property tour and you posted it directly on your Facebook page. What you can do is you can come over here to existing posts and you can select a post that's directly on your Facebook page at this very moment. Now it does take a second to load, but you can see here that I've got information about different real estate properties, property tours, things like that. So you can go ahead and select that. We're just going to create an ad from scratch. So you've got carousel. So this is when you can have 2 or more scrollable images or videos if you want to show multiple photos of a property. You've got a single image or video, or you've got a collection. The 2 more popular ones for real estate are carousel or single image or video. So what we're going to do is, for example's sake, we're going to use a single image or video. I'll come here and I'll just show an example of one property picture. So we'll just choose something, maybe a property like this that I listed. And we're going to crop this image because we want it to show and look nice, because you can see here that the square is recommended because in terms of the max space, it does take up the max amount of space. But what you're going to see when this loads is that it actually cuts off some of the photo. You can see it cuts off over here, and you can see it cuts off over here. So it doesn't look that good. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to select original and save that. So once this saves, what we're going to do is now we're going to be able to create our Facebook ad. Sorry guys, it takes a bit of time. There we go. All right, so now you can see down here, we've got an example of what it looks like on a mobile news feed, and we can see what it looks like on a desktop news feed, as well as, mobile marketplace and desktop marketplace. So we'll come back up to mobile news feed. And you can just write certain text in here. Now, here's something that I will share with you. Again, if you click on that Facebook, the free download that I actually have an opportunity for you to get my highest converting Facebook ad templates. These are something where you just copy and paste it, and it will give you exact examples of my highest converting Facebook ad templates for coming soon, just listed, open houses, just sold, buyer's guides, seller's guides, real estate investors, first-time home buyers. Copy and paste of all of my highest converting templates that I've proven myself to get extraordinary results with. So if you want that, again, comment below, like this video, and I'll share that information for you. For now, we'll just say, just listed in Chicago. Check out this beautiful bungalow backing onto the golf course. Click below for more information. So I'm just making this up as I go because, again, it takes too much time for me to go to my highest converting templates and copy and paste that in here because it's in a different folder. But I just wanted to show you what it looks like when you do add text. So we can say just listed in Chicago. Now, what you're going to see here is what your ad looks like in its entirety. You've got the primary text, which shows up below. You've got your image or your creative, and then you've got your headline, which shows up below. So you can see how that changes on desktop. There's more space over here, and you can see how it looks like in Marketplace. Now, the final thing that you need to do is you need to put in your website URL. So if you've got a property, maybe it's www.mikesherrard.com/123 Main Street or whatever. That's not an actual website URL link, but that is what's going to that's where people are going to be sent when they click on learn more. Now, that's the final thing that I want to show you. Learn more. you've got all of these different call to actions. So if you are running just listed, just sold, open house, anything like that, learn more is the best call to action for you to use. But let's say you've got a video and you have a full property tour that happens to be 5 minutes long, but you're running a Facebook ad showing the first 2 minutes of that video. What you might want to do is use video views as your marketing objective and then click watch more so that they can get prompted to watch the full video. Or if you've got a buyer's guide and a seller's guide and you want them to download the free guide, what you can do is have download as your call to action. And there you go. Okay, so largely after that, you come down here and you click confirm. So that's how you create a traffic ad. Now, the last thing I want to show you how to do is, again, I want to show you how to create a lead generation ad, because this is completely different in terms of the end results from the ad perspective. So let's go back to select a category, and we're going to come down here, and instead of traffic, we're going to click lead generation. We'll just say lead generation example. Continue. So about lead generation, the ad set is completely the same. So go through the same exact system as I showed you previously in terms of identifying your audience and adjusting your placements as well as your budget. It's all the same when it comes to lead generation. Where lead generation gets different is when you're going to your ad. So let's come over to your ad. So we're going to say just listed lead gen. Okay, so you can select a certain image. So we'll go back here. We'll select the same image again, because maybe we just listed this property and we want to generate buyers for this listing. Come down here. You can select your primary text. So just listed in Chicago. Check out this home. And then you can say something like, for all photos and details, click below. Again, I've got much better primary text than this on my highest converting templates, but we'll come over here and say just listed in Chicago. You'd obviously put the community name in here or a specific area, but I just wanted to show you what your ad is going to look like. Okay, so this is what your ad is going to look like. We'll come over here, we'll click learn more. Now, here is the aspect that you need to understand the difference with lead generation ads, is you come down here, because with lead generation ads, when they click on learn more, they don't get sent directly to a property website. They get sent to this instant form where it captures their information. And the cool part about it is that it captures their information and auto-populates it for them based on what information they have in Facebook. So it will auto-populate their name, phone number, and email for you so that they don't fill it out themselves. Makes it really good from a consumer's perspective, and it starts to make the process a bit more enjoyable for somebody instead of having them to type in their information or make up information or anything like that. So when you come down here, you're going to click new form. And you're going to name it, of course. We can say, usually you want to name it property address lead gen, something like that. Now, you've got two options in terms of the form type. You've got more volume, use a form that's quick to fill out and submit on a mobile device. You've got high intent. So you've got add a review step that gives people a chance to confirm their info. We want to go with more volume. We want it to make it quick to fill out on a mobile device, and we just want the most leads possible so that we can follow up, work our conversion magic, and start to get more clients and leads. So you've got your intro. Now, I usually just leave this blank. You can add a headline, you can change your image, but I like to use the same image that's in the actual ad, and I like to just, toggle this off because it's just unnecessary text that, clutters it a little bit. So now we'll come down to questions. So what you're going to type in here is something like, where would you like us to send the photos and details? Something like that. Now you can see here that automatically it's got what information would you like to ask for? Email, full name, and then I don't consider it a full lead without the phone number as well. Now, coming down, you can add a new question because let's say you want to understand, their street address, what city they're in, state, or if you want to have a short answer and you want to understand what is their current address or what community do they currently live in, you can go ahead and do that. I just like to leave it as name, number, email, because if you start adding more steps, sometimes it becomes a roadblock for some people and they don't want to fill out that information, and then you're going to lose leads. So just keep it simple, keep it very basic. This information will auto-populate for them, and this is going to give you the best results from a lead generation perspective. The last two things that you have to do from a lead generation ad is you need to include your privacy policy. So you can type in something like this. Every website, whether it be your website or a brokerage's website, will have a privacy policy link on the bottom of the page. So what you want to do is you want to go to the privacy policy link and you want to include that link in the link URL here, because that's required in order to run lead generation ads. Now, the final thing is the thank you screen. So you can say something like, thank you, click below for all photos and details. If you want to view this home or have any questions, feel free to contact us. So you've got view website. You can say view all photos and details. And then you're going to put the website to this property down here. So what happens there is they're going to click on your ad, they're going to get their information in, you're going to get the lead, and then as soon as they get to the landing page and they click on view all photos and details, it will take them directly to the website that has all the photos and details. So you don't have to do anything from your perspective in terms of sending them anything. It gets them sent to the right place right away, but you now have their information in terms of their phone number, name, and email, so you now have a lead and you can start to follow up. Now, the last thing that you need to understand how to do is how to find your leads, because so many people mess this up completely because they don't know what happens when a lead comes in. And it's not very intuitive. Facebook didn't make it very obvious in terms of what to do. So I will show you what to do in order to get your leads once people fill out their information. Come up here to the top left-hand corner and click on the Facebook icon, okay? So it's going to send us to our Facebook page. We're going to come down here to our actual real estate Facebook page, okay? And again, I wish Facebook made it more obvious. You know, I've found a better way to do this in terms of using actual landing pages and automating it and all kinds of stuff like that, but that's for another day. And then what you want to do is you want to come up to the top of your Facebook page where you've got page, ad center, inbox, appointments, manage jobs, notifications, and you want to click on more. Now, when you click on more, you need to go down to publishing tools. So it's going to take you to this separate tab, okay? Now, again, not very obvious, but you scroll down on publishing tools and you've got your lead ad forms. So when you click on that, it's going to take you to all of your leads that have come to your Facebook page from that exact ad. And then what you need to do is you need to download them. And then you can download new leads or download by date range. So any leads that came in within the last month or the last week or the last 24 hours. And that's how you download your leads. So we'll come back here. And this is where we started. And this is where we're going to leave off. So guys, that's an in-depth tour as to every single thing that you need to know in order to start to create high converting and effective ads. You need to understand your audience. You need to know how to target the right audience. You need to make sure that you're getting the right placements. You need to have your pixel installed. You need to create retargeting audiences, and then you need to start to generate leads. Again, if you want more information, comment below. I'm happy to give you any more tips, tricks, and secrets that I can personally do in order to get you better results with your Facebook ads. But this is a full-scale tutorial, so now you can go back, rewatch this video, and you can start to get high converting ads yourself by following along every single step of the way. I've got a ton more content coming for you guys in terms of what to write and how to get, again, more scalable business using automation, using ManyChat automation, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Everything that you need to do will be on this channel as time goes on. So thank you so much for tuning into this video. Please make sure you like and subscribe and comment, and we will see you next time.